What up gamers, I'm Jason, and today on Dice & Dragons I'm going to be unboxing the latest expansions for Saban's Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, designed by Jonathan Ying and published by Renegade Games. We've got the Rise of the Psycho Rangers box, we have the Machine Empire, the Villain Pack number 2, as well as the new card storage box. So this is all from the last Kickstarter, which was for Rise the Psycho Rangers. If you'd like to see the unboxings of more Power Rangers content, well, you can take a look at our playlist. I'll probably have a link popping up at the end of the video to our Power Rangers playlist so you can see all the great content we've produced for the game. So what are you going to be doing in Rise of the Psycho Rangers? Well, we do get a new mode in the game, so you can play one versus many, with one player controlling the putties and the forces of evil, the others playing as the Rangers. Or you will take on the roles of the Space Rangers and try to defeat the Psycho Rangers. Now you can play them in monster mode or as boss villain mode, meaning they can just be included into the game as regular monsters, or you can try to defeat all of them in one epic battle at the end of the game. To do that, well, you're gonna have to set up your board. You'll be moving around the board, fighting off Quantrons, putties, whatever other enemies that you put in there. You'll be acquiring Zords as you work to protect Angel Grove and KO35 from the forces of evil. And with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Well, not get out of here, but we're gonna switch over to the top-down camera as we take a look at what's in all these boxes. Let's take a look at what's in the box for Saban's Power Rangers Rise of the Psycho Rangers. So we'll move that off to the side. Slide the box over here. I believe we've got it all on camera. Maybe one of the edges is cut off. Not a big deal. So you do get some promo for the comics, as well as some of the other expansions. We get the rulebook for Rise of the Psycho Rangers, and just explains how the set integrate the expansion content, how to set up the Psycho Rangers. So there's the monster version of the Psychos where they're just monsters added to the deck. And then you've got them as a boss version where you got to fight all of the different Psycho Rangers, which is pretty cool. Then there's Psycho Assault mode, which is different from regular Assault mode. And the rules, of course, for the new Mastermind mode and instructions is what to do with 6 Rangers when you're going to be facing the Psycho Rangers, which is what Julie and I are going to be doing. Looking forward to getting this to the table. So we do have this new board, and I'm going to punch it out just because easier for putting things back. This is the combat board that you use when playing in Mastermind mode. That's why you got all the big bads on this board. So here we have KO35, the new location, as well as the Astro Mega Ship, which you can use instead of the command center, and then the assault mode. We're definitely using the Astro Mega Ship. I do love the command center, hoping this is better than the Time Force base. We've got the surf spot, so that's where they would hang out on Earth instead of Ernie's Juice Bar. And then we've got this token here, which I'm not quite sure what it's for. When we get to the, it's Rita's staff, so probably something to do with Mastermind mode, but we'll take a quick look when we get back through the rulebook. So I'm going to lift this out quickly just to take off tape. Yeah, there was only tape on one side. I do like that better. So we've got this little plastic base, not sure what it's for. Could be for this token right here. Let's start with the Rangers, and then we'll take a look at their miniatures at the same time. So we've got Andros, his ability Covert Tactics. Once per battle, any Ranger may ignore the guard keyword when choosing a target to attack. So here's Andros. And oof, these are tight in there, which is good. Holding his Spiral Saber. Very cool. Gotta love Andros. One of the best Red Rangers. We've got TJ Johnson, a former Red Ranger, now Blue Ranger, level-headed. Once per battle, when any Ranger performs an attack, they remove up to 2 dice before rolling to add that much damage to the attack. Great way to take out some smaller cards. So there he is holding his weapon, and I thought he had the Astro Mega Saber, but it looks like a gun. Oh, he's combined it with his gun. That's right. Forgot what his weapon was. It's been a while since I've actually watched In Space. We've got Carlos Vallarta, the Black Space Ranger. Set both those together. The former Green Turbo Ranger. He's hot-blooded once per attack. If you have 2 or fewer cards in your hand, you may reroll any number of dice during that attack. So let's take a look at Carlos's miniature with his lance. I believe it's the Astro Lance. We've got Ashley Hammond with Optimism. Once per battle, when any ranger rolls any 0 results during an attack, gain 1 energy. So we've got Ashley with her Star Slinger. Very cool. And here we've got Cassie Chan, the Pink Space Ranger. So Ashley and Cassie were the pink and yellow Turbo Rangers as well. So once per battle, any ranger may discard the top card of their deck, then choose 1 card from their discard pile, place it at the top of their deck. Pretty cool. And I cannot remember what her weapon is called. I'm sure we'll see it when we go into her cards. We'll take a look at the Psychos when we get to their cards as well. So we got the new Zords. Mega Voyager 1, Exhaust. So this isn't even, we got the Mega Voyager. So not even the Astro Megazord. Maybe we'll be getting that in expansion. So exhaust this card when any ranger performs a maneuver or a reaction, gain 1 energy. That ranger may place the card on the bottom of their deck instead of discarding it. Mega Voyager V2. Exhaust this card at any time. Any ranger may discard up to 2 cards from their hand, then choose twice that many cards from their discard pile and place them on top of their deck in any order. That is really cool. Mega V3. Exhaust this card when any ranger performs an attack. After rolling, that ranger may remove 1 die to add 2 to that attack. Mega V4. Exhaust this card at any time. Gain 1 energy, and any ranger may draw any number of cards. Pretty neat. And Mega V5. Exhaust this card when any ranger suffers damage. Reduce the damage by 2. That ranger may then choose 1 card from their hand and place it on top of their deck. So a great way to get some more defense. And then we got the Mega Voyager. So when you summon this card, at the start of each action phase, place 5 energy tokens on this card. Each time a ranger suffers damage, you may remove 1 energy token to reduce that damage by 3. So it's a cool defensive card. Not the best Megazord if you like offense, but still, I would say a solid card. So let's find the tab. There it looks like we got some of the Mastermind mode cards. Now, I don't know if Julie and I are going to get a chance to review Mastermind mode. It's just not the type of game that we're going to find people to play versus, but I do want to try it out at some point. So we have the Astral Blaster. So play this card to allow any ranger to ignore the guard keyword when choosing a target for attack. Add 1 energy to that attack for each energy spent. So it's a reaction, which is pretty cool. So that's for the Red Space Ranger, Andros. Let's rock it. Roll 2 dice and gain an amount of energy equal to the results. Another ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card. So pretty cool stuff. So Mega Drill Breaker, 2 die attack, Pierce Defenses, ignore guard, Spiral Saber. So you may ignore the guard keyword. And when you're choosing a target for this attack, deal 2 damage divided as you choose among enemy cards adjacent to the target. Pretty cool. Telekinesis. So neat stuff. I'm not going to look at all the cards, just some of them, otherwise it's going to take really long. So we've got our Astral Blaster, Covering Strike. 2 die before you perform this attack. Any ranger may choose 1 card from their hand and place it on top of their deck. Lunar Lance, you may discard 2 cards from your hand instead of paying this card's energy cost. That's neat. Meteor Smash, before rolling, you may discard 1 card from your hand to either gain 1 energy or add 1 die to the attack. Moonfang Piercer, a 5 die attack. Before rolling, remove 1 die from this attack for each card remaining in your hand. Great when you're almost out of cards. Rising Moon. So you've got the Astro Axe special. So reveal the top card of your deck, add 1 card from your hand. This attack deals an amount of damage equal to the number of shields on those cards. Pretty cool. Of course, he's got an Astro Blaster, a Buster Rifle, so that's what he's holding. Reveal the top card of your deck. This attack deals the amount of damage equal to the number of shields on the card. So that's why you really want to put cards at the top of your deck. Cosmic Cleave, Precision Tactics, Strategic Defense, really cool. So we got Precise Shot, 1 die plus 1, and you may ignore the guard keyword. Love those cards. Rapid Fire. Play this card when any ranger rolls any zeros during an attack. Add 2 dice to the attack. Pretty cool. Star Slinger. Roll 3 dice. After rolling, choose 2 dice from this attack and deal that much damage each up to 2 enemy cards that are not adjacent to the target. Take aim. You can do a trick shot. Very cool. So we have the Astral Blaster. Again, Comet Kick. So Star, when this card is revealed for defense, you may gain 1 energy or add 1 shield. So that's similar to what Red 5 had. Orbital Drop Kick. Satellite Stunner. Choose up to 2 Foot Soldier cards, 1 monster card, or 1 boss card. For each card chosen, add hit tokens until it has a number equal to 1 less than its health value. That is ridiculous, and I love that card. That just does so much damage. Sweeping Strike, tough stuff. Then we've got Dark Tactics, Fool the Odds, Insidious Doubt, Sap Energy. These are Mastermind cards, which we'll take a look at when we get a chance to do the full review for the game. But you got to see what's there. So let's keep on going. So we've got some more Mastermind cards here. There's another Sap Energy, Shatter Defenses, Toughen Up. And, oh, I guess these are just cards for the Mastermind to play. That's what those are. So those are the Mastermind cards. And then we get the Quantrons, so our new Foot Soldiers. We've got Cyber Slash, Fast, deal 3 damage unless a ranger discards 1 card from their hand to prevent it. Phalanx Formation, drain 1 energy. When this card resolved, this card's health value is equal to the number of Foot Soldiers in this location. Priority targets. Q-Blades, deal 2 damage twice. And here we go. Nemesis, we got Psycho Rangers. So let's take a look at the back of these cards first. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty easy to tell them apart. So we've got, so this is different. They're Nemesis. So the Psycho Ranger cards have all the Rangers on them. So let's take a look at some of these. So drain 1 energy and resolve all Psycho effects. Deal 3 damage if there are 2 or more Psycho Rangers in this location. Deal 6 damage instead. Deal 2 damage to each ranger, resolve all Psycho effects. I'm just trying to see if we have anything that has a Psycho effect. Guessing these are all the passive effects. We'll have to take a look in the rule books. Passive Frost, Passive Stone, Passive Flame. So these are when they're in monster modes. Passive Venom. While this card is in play, each time a ranger reveals a card for defense, remove 1 shield from that card. Path of Swords, Path of Cruelty. So Psycho Red, you got a Psycho Sword, deal 5 damage to the lead ranger, deal 3 damage to each ranger. Psycho Black, Psycho Axe, 3 different rangers must each discard from their hand the card with their highest energy cost. Oof. Psycho Slinger, 3 different rangers must each discard from their hand the card with the most shields. Psycho Bow, drain 2 energy, deal 3 damage to that ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. And then Psycho Green, because we have Psycho Green from the comics, each ranger must discard the top card of their deck. So then we've got the Quantron spawn cards. You can see on the back there'll be KO35 or the Surf Spot. Let's just make it a little more visible. And we've got the... so they're the Psycho effects. They're on these monster cards. So Psycho Red is deal 4 damage to the attached ranger. Deal 3 damage to the attached ranger and 2 damage to another ranger. Psycho Blue. The attached ranger must discard from their hand the card with the highest energy cost. Psycho Yellow. The attached ranger must discard from their hand the card with the most shields. Psycho Pink. Drain 1 energy and deal 2 damage to the attached ranger. Psycho Green. The attached ranger and another ranger must each discard the top card of their deck. Then we've got the Psycho Rangers. So then we've got Mastermind mode cards there. So we've almost taken a look at all the content here. Last thing we're going to do is take a look at the Psychos. So here we've got, with her bow, instead of a stunner, we've got Psycho Pink. Looking badass. Really wish I had skills painting. With his staff, we've got Psycho Black. I almost would have liked to have seen these characters in color as well, even though it could be confusing. Still love the fact that these are evil rangers. Here we've got Psycho Blue with his axe. Psycho Green rocking the dagger. We've got Psycho Yellow. And last, the leader, Psycho Red. And then, of course, we need to take a look at... interesting way to wrap these up. I'm not sure. I love it. This bag is not going to be kept. I'm just going to dump them out afterwards. So here we've got the Quantrons. So the new foot soldiers that were added to the game. Hopefully we're going to have enough of these guys. I'm so used to having more from the foot soldier extra pack. And there you have it. This is all of the content for Saban's Power Rangers Rise of the Psycho Rangers. Let's get the plastic back on. Let's get this stuff back in and let's take a quick look, see if we see what the token is. So it's a combat marker with stand for when you're playing in Mastermind mode. That's what that token is. And we're now going to continue with this unboxing as we take a look at what's in the Villain Pack number 2, as well as the card divider box. Let's open up Villain Pack number 2, and then we'll take a look at this card divider box. So let's see what we've got in here. So we do have just a nice new introduction, a list of components, and some rules for the new paired monster type that is being added to the game. So that's pretty cool. So let's take a look at figures. Now I'm pretty sure I know all the names, but they are actually on the box. I gotta say, Zeo was probably still is my favorite season. Just the Gold Ranger is my favorite Ranger. So really happy to see these guys getting added to the game, especially Louis Kaboom. Had a little bit of tape that got stuck. That's obnoxious, but it's good for shipping purposes. So of course we've got King Mondo, the new big bad. He's going to be facing the Space Rangers before the Zeo Rangers because I really want to get them to the table. But we got the Psycho Rangers, so we'll see how that works out. Here we've got Louis Kaboom. Maybe we'll play the Zeo Rangers versus these bad guys. We've got Prince Gasket. I do like the level of detail we got on these miniatures. We've got General Vengeance. And of course, we need Archerina, Prince Gasket's bride. So let's take a look at the cards. And looks like we've got a nice pull tab, but not the easiest to find. All right, so we'll take a quick look at their abilities. So General Vengeance, the lead ranger must discard cards from the top of their deck until they have at least 3 shield or defeated. That's not that bad. I like the big bad beating, referencing the fact that these guys are originally from Big Bad Beetleborgs. While this card is in play, the shield value of all combat cards with exactly 3 is reduced by 2. That's really annoying. Deal 3 damage to the lead ranger twice. Deal 3 damage to each ranger. Now we're on Prince Gasket fast. The ranger with the most cards in their hand must place 1 random card from their hand on top of their deck. Then deal 4 damage to that ranger. That's annoying, but not too bad. Duelist stance, guard and passive. While in play, this card. While this card is in play, each time a ranger deals damage to this card, they must discard the top card of their deck. So you really want to take it out in one shot. Deal 4 damage. Lover's Barrage, deal 2 damage to each ranger. Then if any Prince Gasket or Princess Archerina cards have been defeated or discarded, deal 3 damage to each ranger. And we've got Archerina. 1 ranger must discard all attack cards from their hand. If they discarded fewer than 2 cards, deal 4 damage to that ranger. That's really bad. You don't want to let that go off. Guard, deal 4 damage to the ranger with the most cards in their hand. Then another Lover's Barrage. Lover's Shot. While this card is in play, each time a ranger deals damage to an enemy card with fast or guard keyword, they must discard the top card of their deck. Oof. Not going to make this easy on us. So for boss cards, we got King Mondo. Deal 4 damage. The ranger who suffers this damage must discard 1 random card from their hand. While this card is in play, this is the Machine King. Each time a ranger rolls dice for an attack, remove 1 die and place 1 hit token on the card. Health 10 and Guard, Sword of Damocles. Deal 10 damage to each ranger. Reduce this by 1 for each hit token on this card. Wow, that's going to be hard. I hope that when you'll have to defeat it to take out King Mondo. Deal 4 damage to each ranger with Thunder Wave. Tyrant Barrage. Deal 2 damage to each ranger twice. Now we're on to Louis Kaboom. Deal 3 damage to each ranger with Bombardment. Bunker Buster. Each ranger must discard the top card and bottom card of their deck. Explosive Entrance. Roll 1 die and deal 3 times that much damage to each ranger. Deal 3 damage to each ranger and skip the next ranger turn in battle with Shockwave, and that's fast. Oof, gets to go twice in a row. These are some of the nastiest villain cards I've seen. Passive. This card cannot be dealt damage until all other Louis Kaboom cards in this battle have been defeated, and then you deal 6 damage to each ranger at the end of the battle if it's still there. Then we've got their monster cards. So you can take a look just at the back of the cards. You can see some of the art. Louis Kaboom, King Mondo, Archerina, Prince Gasket, and General Vengeance. So there you have it. That's what we get in this villain pack number 2 for Saban's Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. Let's move that off to the side, and let's take a look at what's in this card box. Now, I haven't opened this up at all yet, not even to sneak a peek, so not quite sure how it opens, but you're seeing now you just lift the top. We'll straighten it out and hopefully everything appears. So these look like sticker sheets so that you can label everything, which is always good. We get, take a look at this. We get some big dividers. It looks like these are meant for certain expansions, or it doesn't really matter. All of these are the same, whereas these ones look to be like you can use them for like SPD, Zeo, In Space. You got Pyramidas. So far, just cool art. Not quite sure exactly how to use these. I'm going to place them in here. And let's see what we got here. Are these all individual ones? Not quite, but it could be. I think I'm starting to figure it out. This is a little tricky to get undone. Nothing that a little teeth won't solve. So when you look at all the other dividers, you just have different for big monsters. Everything's double-sided. So we'll look through this one way, then we'll take a look the other way. And I see why you got the stickers now to label each of them. It would have been cool if they were individual dividers like I've seen in other games, but this works too. It's just going to be a lot less fun setting this up than I would have thought, just because labeling and sorting all of these dividers is going to take some work. Well, we're going through that quickly. Let's make sure you get a good picture of each of these dividers. And there you have it. That's what comes with this card divider box. We're going to put the stuff in there a way it won't get damaged. Probably going to be a little while until I actually need this box, but it's good to have, and it was a nice inclusion in the campaign. So there you have it. We've now covered all of the content, the new stuff from the Rise of the Psycho Rangers Kickstarter. So keep it right here as I'll be coming back at you with a quick outro. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you'll find links to all of our social media feeds: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, So if you'd like to see pictures of Julie and I playing Saban's Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, as well as Rise of the Psycho Rangers, they'll be there on those feeds. There are plenty from us playing the previous expansions already. And then popping up in front of me, you're going to see links to some of our previously released content. The one over here will be to our most recently released video, and the one over here will take you back to our review on how to play of Saban's Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. With that being said, don't forget, keep playing games!